Question number 5, Andrew Little.
Mr Speaker, my question is to
Order.
Minister of Justice.
Order. I've called Andrew Little.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Minister of Justice and asks, what action will she take in light of revelations on a television program last night that Malcolm Rewa was identified to police as a suspect in a rape in 1988, which turned out to be the first of 25 rapes committed by him over 7 years, including the 1992 rape of Susan Burdett, who Teina Pora was convicted of murdering?
Honourable Judith Collins.
Speaker, I've been advised this morning by the IPCA, the Independent Police Conduct Authority, that an online form was submitted to the IPCA on the 6th of August 2013, 2 weeks ago, lodging a complaint about the failure of police to find a serial rapist operating in Auckland in 1992. I was advised that the IPCA declined to investigate the matter. I have this morning written to the IPCA asking for their urgent advice as to the reasons for their declining to investigate.
Supplementary question, Andrew Little.
What does the Minister make of Section 4AB of the Independent Police Conduct Authority Act, which requires the IPCA to act independently, including of ministers, and what real action will she take to ensure that the truth is found out for the benefit of these victims of this rapist?
Honourable Judith Collins.
Speaker, I make a lot of, actually, the independence of the IPCA, which is why I've taken the very unusual step of asking if they could provide me, as the Minister responsible for them, for the reasons, since this is a matter that one would normally expect would be passed to the IPCA since it was set up in 2007 from the remnants of the PCA and following the inquiry that Dame Margaret Baisley led into police conduct. So one would expect that it is the right authority, and if not, I would like to know that from the IPCA, and if not, I will then look at other action.
Supplementary question, Andrew Little.
Does the Minister seriously believe that writing to the Independent Police Conduct Authority to ask why it has declined to investigate a complaint is the appropriate action, given a gross injustice may have occurred to Teina Pora and to 25 women who have been raped, one of whom has been murdered? How on earth can she possibly see that that is a serious response to this very serious situation?
Honourable
Speaker,
Judith Collins.
Because, as that member has already pointed out, the IPCA has statutory independence from ministers as well as from the police. And I'd also advise that member is that I understand that the authority will be putting out a press release, if it hasn't already done so, where it is stated that the authority is currently reflecting on all the issues that have now been raised relating to this matter.
Supplementary question, Andrew Little.
Does the Minister now accept that an appeal by Teina Pora to the Privy Council is no barrier to an inquiry, given that an inquiry into the Pike River tragedy took place while a police investigation into the same issue was underway, and while prosecutions were being pursued under the relevant health and safety legislation in that particular case?
Honourable Judith Collins.
Well, Mr Speaker, I don't agree with the member in all of his assertions, and it's quite clear that Mr Pora has now lodged an application for leave to appeal to the Privy Council, and as such it would be most incorrect for there to be an inquiry into matters pertaining to him. However, from the other matters that have been raised about the rapist Rewa, it does not seem to me that they are all necessarily matters that relate to Mr Pora, and that would seem to me to be something that we should be concerned about.
Supplementary question, Andrew Little.
Why will the Minister not accept that this is a very grave situation, that an appeal by Pora to the Privy Council does not cover the issues that a proper inquiry into the whole situation of the police investigation, of how a rapist was able to continue his foul and evil acts for 7 years? Why will she not simply give confidence to the victims of this chap and set up an inquiry?
Honourable Judith Collins.
Well, Mr Speaker, the member is getting way ahead of himself. If he would just listen to what I have said to him, and that is quite clear. I will not interfere.
Order.
He either wants to listen or not. And what is really important, Mr. Speaker, is that the constitutional conventions are actually adhered to. And what we have here is a situation where Mr. Pora has an application to the Privy Council, and I will not go into that matter of Mr. Pora while it is still a live application. However, in relation to the rapist Rewa, there are 25 women who have claimed that they have been raped by Rewa. That is another matter, and that is why I have asked the IPCA to advise me why they have so far refused to investigate this matter, and because they are in fact an independent body.
Question number 6, Paul Foster-Bell.
Kia ora, Mr. Speaker. Sir, my question is to the